faça o que quiser e andar de pé no chão.
Hey guys, and welcome back in Cattyland. Today I have a new video for you. I wanted to show you the cold frame or hotbed I built. Actually, it's a combination of the two of them. So spring is coming and seedlings want to grow. So let me show you how I did it.
Feijão, palmito e café bem bonito lá na sombra da laranjeira.
First of all, a couple of years ago actually already, a friend called me and said, "Come on guys, shut up." Well, she didn't say that, no, I'm talking to the ducks. So a friend of mine called me and said that they were changing the windows in her apartment building and that she talked to the construction people and I could come and get the windows. You know, I really like to recycle, reuse, repurpose. So I went to the city, I got really good windows. They don't have frames, but they are double glass windows. They are really, really strong and really heavy also. And I decided to use them as the walls for the cold frame. So I dug trenches and I constructed a rectangular cold frame from 6 windows basically, yeah. I put the windows into the trenches, I compacted the earth around it, I used a little bit of sand also, or like dense earth to compact it really well. And then I filled the whole thing, first of all with window shutters to keep the rodents out. I know it's plastic, but I'm recycling, so I didn't want to buy any metal mesh, but I would actually recommend metal mesh if you have something like that to keep the rodents out. Then I kept these old window shutters down with stones, and then I filled it with, wow, first of all sheep wool, then leaves, then, oh, let me check, I actually made a list of the things I put in there. So shutters, stones, sheep wool, leaves, because I made it end of the year, so there were a lot of leaves around. Then I took the manure from the sheep stable, so some sheep shit goes in there. Then I put some normal earth I dug up on my land in there. Then I put really good compost earth in there. And then I made the final layer of starter soil, something I actually bought in the store. Yeah. Then I constructed the cover, the top, just from wooden frame, some timber I had lying around, and some plastic I had from a former greenhouse. And I fixed it with some hinges on the windows. And I also made a small handle from a piece of rope I found somewhere. And now I can keep it open just with a stick, actually, with different branches coming out at different sizes, so I can regulate the position, how I want to keep it open. It works quite well, it's just improvised, but actually often the provisional stuff you construct in the end turns out to be the best. Yeah, and then I put the seeds in there. I made small seed labels so I would know what I'm putting in there. And then I waited, obviously moisturing it more or less every day, keep the soil moist. And then amazingly the plants started to grow, and wow, it got really crowded in there at some point. So finally I started to plant the seedlings out into the garden, and now they are growing here in the garden. So I think this combination of hotbed and cold frame is actually quite good, because all the stuff I put inside there, like the leaves and the sheep wool and the manure, they produce heat. And I have the feeling that also these windows have the effect of a greenhouse, so they produce heat also. Yeah, it's working really well, so I can just motivate you to try something like that yourself with stuff you have lying around. Yeah, really think about growing your own food, guys. If it is just at your window or whatever, just try to grow a bit of your own food. It's all getting very expensive and not very sustainable, the system, no? But hey, thanks for watching, guys. Keep it real, keep it healthy, and keep it peaceful, internally and externally. See you soon again. Mwah. Yeah, just to let you know, I got these runner ducks for the garden. They eat all the slugs and snails. It's really amazing. No more snail poison, huh? Which I didn't like, so I got the ducks.
Eu quero morar numa casinha feita à mão,